groups. You know what I thought might be good that you had was the guest thing,
Oh,
because
sure.
you know Baker's got a lot of important dignitaries, and then also people that kind of annoy him that visit him in his palatial abode every once in a while.
So this is from Study Finds. I'm not really sure if it's a duddy, which is a dust study, Baker, because I learned some new things.
Oh,
Apparently, 2/3 of Americans say, don't tell guests, make yourself at home.
you would never do that.
Never.
That is one thing that has never come out of your mouth ever.
2,000 Americans were surveyed, which found 72% have told a guest to make the space their own. And 91% of those have regretted it afterward. Some of the reasons being the guests expect more meals than planned, overstaying their welcome, and making a mess. Results also look to see who makes the worst guests, with friends coming in at 42%, siblings 39%, in-laws 37%. I would have thought in-laws would be higher.
Yeah.
For a third of respondents, the situation has become unpleasant enough that they've told someone they're a bad guest.
Wow.
On the flip side, 75% of Americans surveyed believe they're a good host, with 31% of those saying they are a very good host. Baker, I imagine you are a great host.
Oh, yeah.
You give everyone a tour of the grounds, you show them the animals, you let them pet a goat, and then you make them a nice dry martini.
Are they weirded out that you have a nice, gigantic, beautiful wooden bar in every room of the house, including the bathrooms?
They seem to enjoy it. But yeah, no, I like that. I mean, one of the first things we do is we tour the grounds, and then because we have a petting zoo, and we have sort of an exotic animal area, and we have
Is this
Michael
Neverland?
Jackson's Ferris wheel, and so it's a little bit like the Western Neverland, and then usually people come in and hang out. No, you know what we I don't. I'm trying to think if we've ever had bad guests, and
I know you have.
I'm trying to think.
I bet
you know what I honestly can't remember a time when guests left, right? Because that's usually what it is. They're driving away, and you'd be waving to them, and you're kind of looking at each other, going, "Oh God, that was awful." But we've never really had that. Mainly because we never invite people to stay.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? You don't have them sleep over?
Well,
that might be the key.
Yeah, if it's sure, if it's family, of course, but most times, I'll tell you the truth. Most times nowadays, when people are coming to visit, one of the first things they say is, "Do you have any hotel recommendations?" Now, maybe what they're doing is fishing for an invitation to stay at the house.
Oh yeah,
that's exactly what they're doing.
But I just give them hotel recommendations. But we've got a terrific batch of friends, and they're good guests. So yeah, I got no complaints. Yeah. Plus, also, what we do have, we got dogs and cats roaming around and hamsters and everything. So it's a little chaotic, and maybe we just don't notice when there's a little more chaos added to the pile.
Are they weirded out by the amount of gerbils that you have?
Well, it depends on what you mean by weirded out.
And where they show up.
And when they pop up, their little gerbil heads staring at them when they're sleeping. We've only got one. We've only got one hamster. And Honey Bear has been with us for I don't know how many years now. That hamster is just hanging on for dear life.
Honey Bear the hamster, I love
Honey
it.
Bear the hamster, yeah. Maybe next time we'll do a mobile tour of the house next time.
Oh, I would love that. Absolutely.
Baker, I do not recommend it. As a security analyst myself.
Oh, not at all.
I don't know that's...
No, that's happening. Don't listen to her. Is there something I guess you've been very blessed with guests, but is there something that an otherwise good guest would do that would annoy you while you are entertaining and regaling the crowd?
Well, what you have to do is, I think, because we end up being guests, because I travel a lot, and so I would say the key things, if you're a guest in somebody's home, if you're staying there, first of all, leave before your time is due, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So It's like being in a conversation, or giving a speech. Stop talking before they stop listening, right? So be very aware of your surroundings and don't overstay the welcome. That's probably number one. And always offer to assist. Do little things like, clean up, empty dishwasher, whatever, take out the garbage. Do things that
I always do that.
If you don't do them at your own home, you should do them at somebody else.
That's so true. Like I always approach the bedroom and I'll make sure the sheets are in the wash and all that stuff. It's like the Boy Scout rule with campgrounds, leave it the same way it was.
Also, why is Bill tying knots everywhere?
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant bury your poop. I wasn't sure where you're going with that.
Oh no, I never use a toilet. I always bury it outside. Because it's like wasting water to flush all the time with the guest. But
I just always make sure I don't show up empty-handed. I think that if you're a guest, you should bring something.
I forget to do that. But
absolutely. And bring a nice, whatever they call those gifts, housewarming gifts or what. No, that's probably not the term. Host gifts.
Host gifts, yeah.
And, bring a nice bottle of wine or some booze if you know they like that. But just be considerate and you won't get sideways with, whoever your host or hostess is. But I'd say the number one is don't overstay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because most people, if they say, no, stay longer, they don't really. I don't think they mean it.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. House guests
and
fish
will stink after 3 days.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank Ben Franklin for that one. Well, thanks, buddy. This one went by too quickly. But so Joe Rogan, is it up? Is it up yet? Has it dropped?
It is. Yeah. I forget which episode number it is. It again, as the kids say, it dropped on Wednesday this past week.
I've read it's all that in a bag of chips.
Yeah, no, it was good fun. Great guy, and he's killing it out there in Austin with his Comedy Mothership Club.
Yeah, that place looks so cool, man. I finally saw the awning. It's very trippy, kind of cool 70s looking. Did you actually go see the?
It's an amazing club, 2 theaters. I was there the night after the podcast went over, and awesome. Tony Hinchcliffe was there, did a great set, and Brian Simpson. Tremendous, very funny. Ron White was there.
That's awesome.
Joe did about an hour and a half worth of material. It was fantastic.
Nice.
You know what's insane? Maybe it's not true anymore, but apparently Ron White doesn't drink anymore. I think he's still.
Yeah, I heard the same thing.
Yeah.
I didn't see him drinking, so I assume that's probably the case.
He used to do an hour-long set and literally just a jug of scotch, like this big, and it wouldn't be like Dean Martin. There was no apple juice in that, but he would sound the same from the beginning to the end after polishing it. Well, thanks again, buddy. All right, so everyone go check out the Joe Rogan one. I will listen to it on my commute home.
Sure.
And yes, we will see you.
Oh, I got something new to plug too.
Oh, okay.
I'll send you the logo. We can slip it in there maybe next week, but because it doesn't launch until the 5th of September. But starting on the 5th of September, I'll be hosting a daily podcast called The President's Daily Brief.
Ooh.
The PDB. And it's available on all your podcast platforms, including Spotify. And it's very short. It's 20 minutes, just, very concise, covers news of the day, topics people should be paying attention to and why. Not going to tell people how to think about them. I'm just going to give them the news and brief analysis and then get out of their way, much like the President's Daily Brief that goes in the Oval Office every morning.
That's such a fucking great idea because so many people need that and download stuff like that.
I don't know anything.
Yeah, and I'm always fascinated by your by how much news consumption and where you get it before 6 in the morning and stuff like that.
Yeah, he has the best sources.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Well, and this will drop every morning at 6 a.m.
When does it start?
It starts the 5th of September.
Okay.
And if you so you can sign up again, it's on all your podcast platforms, including Spotify, or if you pay a premium, I'll actually deliver a paper copy of it to your home every morning at 6 a.m.
Nice.